Welcome back to the Film and TV channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. And we have a Netflix series today. It's a foreign language one that's been dubbed into English, but I'm happy to say I sort of didn't notice the joining on most occasions. Occasionally, of course, you do, but I sort of got that involved in it. It didn't really matter that much to me, and I'm sure if you watched it in its original French version, it's a French series done for Netflix, you'll appreciate this. So we're going to have a look at something called The 7 Lives of Leah. I'm looking at Internet Movie Database. There's not many critics reviews at the moment. We're looking at Internet Movie Database, the users, the watchers that have watched this on the streaming channel. As at the 29th of April 2022, it's getting a good score, 7.5 out of 10. All right, not a load of reviews. I mean, there's 45 literally have scored it between 6 and 9, and you do expect a lot of the people who score early may have some connection with it, etc. There's a few 10 out of 10s, you know me, I ignore those anyway. But still 45, a good number scored it 6 to 9, and just 7 scored it between 2 and 5. So overall, on my positivity rating, a good 87%. So that bodes well, doesn't it? Let's tell you a little bit about it. Yeah, it's based on the book The 7 Lives of Leo Bellamy. So Leo Bellamy. So obviously we've got Leah here. So obviously we've had a switch. We had a switch from a lady to a gentleman to a lady, and that book was by Nathaniel Trapp. Of course, subtle changes. You'll notice the obvious one there, and of course, there's sort of a difference in the time scale as well. It's a flashback thing. This where it flashes back. In this film, 30 years, I believe. In the actual book, it only flashed back about 3 years. So there's subtle differences. So if you do like the books, there might be enough in this to make it a bit more interesting. So I'm quite happy reading books and watching films, or vice versa. It doesn't bother me at all. So if you are a fan of the book, it might give you a little bit more of an interest and a little look as to something, you know, not just basically verbatim from the book. It's a mystery thriller, fantasy, a body swap, time travel sort of offering this, so you get everything, and it's my sort of thing. I do like time travel. Some good body swap things. I mean, big, obviously the classic. There's nothing ever lived up to that, but I think the time travel element as well. Really, I'd really like that. And of course, with it being in French, the stars, I'm not too familiar with the names. We've got Areka Hazan Vicious, Khalil Ben Garbia, Margarete Thiam, Mera Schmidt, and Theo Fernandez. So I said I wasn't overly familiar with the actors in this, but as I said, we got the dub version, so I'm not sure if they were good actors or not. But the dub ones are okay, so we'll go with that as long as the dub guys are okay. And as I said, I've not actually watched it in its original language, but based on what you see, you can imagine that they've done a pretty good job. What's it about? Well, Leah finds a skeleton hand sticking out of the ground. She's at a party and pretty high, and when this happens, but of course, what happens the next week is even weirder. Yeah, there's no sort of big fairground thing that makes a change or anything she wishes. It just sort of happens after she's found this, and obviously there's a couple of items that are obviously with this body that are there. So obviously with this skeleton hand. So obviously it's to do with that, and obviously what happens through the next week gets even weirder. So she's waking up literally on the same day, but 30 years in the past. And every day she's in the body of someone new. Yeah, so she doesn't have their memories or their abilities, so typical body change thing. So it's quite, although some of the body change things you would have the memories, wouldn't you? Because if you know the person you were changing with, you'd know certain memories. So it's quite a challenge and a struggle, of course. One of the things is waking up as her own mother, obviously, which is perhaps bad enough. But then when she's in high school, she's already dating the boy who actually becomes a dad. So a little bit awkward. So you can imagine this is what we do, because as I say, it goes from 2021 back to 1991. So everything's set, all the murder mystery, if you like, the hand she's found is obviously from 30 years previously. The whole idea of the series is to find out what's happened and hopefully, if all goes to plan, keep him alive, perhaps. So my little thoughts on it. As I said, it takes place between June the 15th to the 21st, 1991 and 2021. So it's never confusing, even though it sounds a bit confusing, it's never confusing as to timescales because it's not overly complicated. Of course, each episode is a new day, so even as an episode, there's no crossover at all. So you even get that. So it's great. It's dead easy to follow for even an old brain like mine that can sort of get lost a little bit sometimes with these time shift and time travel things. I do, as I said, I do enjoy a good body swap film, and anything where action's affecting timelines, science fiction. So yes, I did enjoy this. Back to the old days of Star Trek, and obviously a lot of films and a lot of series have done it ever since. And this is very simple in concept. There's nothing brilliantly new or clever in this, and it's stuff we're all familiar with the butterfly effect, of course. What she decides to do as one person, the next day when she wakes up, might have had a detrimental effect on someone else, even though she's trying to do good. Obviously, it's the classic butterfly effect. And the thing I liked about it is, I mean, this sort of thing, you have to invest in the characters, and I certainly did. I like the characters. There's not many characters I didn't like, even with the dubbing elements of it. And there's some very interesting twists as well as it's going along, which is good. There is humour. You would expect a little bit of humour, you'd expect, given the circumstances, dating her own dad, etc. So very Back to the Future-ish in that style. But it concentrates more on the drama, more on the crime and the mystery drama, really, than the humour, which is in there. But as I said, it's sort of toned down a little bit. Only other thing she perhaps does, didn't put me off, but obviously may put some off. She does take advantage of some sexual experimentation, depending which body she's in. So, yeah, do I hold that against her? Probably not. I certainly don't. I mean, I'm not a young man anymore, but I do. My mind still works. So, yeah, interesting. That was sort of a little bit of a side to the thing where she does take advantage of the different things just to learn things as well, and it obviously stands her in good stead when she goes back to 2021, of course. Not overly long for me. 7 episodes, 7 days, 7 episodes, and it's about right. Yeah, I don't think there's any real filler in it, any real waffle. It's spot on for me. It does set itself up, of course, for a second series, as you'd expect. There's nothing wrong with that. But as I say, you do get a conclusion to the first series. You don't leave you hanging too much, but yeah, it does deliberately set up for a second series. Definitely okay by me. Whether it's got the legs after that, I'm not too sure, but certainly a second series would be well welcome as far as I'm concerned. I do term a lot of these. I do watch a lot of these Netflix foreign dramas, if you like, based dramas. There's not many that I watch past the first 1 or 2 episodes. I usually try and give them a couple of episodes, but most of them I do turn off. I'm sorry, that's just the quality of what sometimes Netflix put out there. But obviously Netflix are now putting the subs up as well, subscriptions up as well. So I'm happy that we get something like this, which is certainly for me very watchable and good fun as well. And hopefully they'll have more of this going forward if we're having to pay more money. But we'll have to wait and see on that one, won't we? So for me, my score on this one, I'm going to give it a very watchable score, which is, for me, is 6.5 out of 10, which is a little bit down on the Internet Movie Database, but I think that's a fair score of how I enjoyed it. And as I say, I will be tuning in hopefully for series 2 of this in the not too distant future. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys, if you get to watch this showing on Netflix. You certainly here in the UK, check your streaming site, whichever territory you're in. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of it if you get to watch this. I binge watched this, by the way, guys. Yeah, I did binge watch it all in the space of a morning and afternoon. So a great binge watch, dead easy to binge watch. I would recommend watch as many episodes as you can. If you do a 3 and a 4 or a 2 and a 3 or something like that, but try and binge watch it. You get much better. I think it's much better as a binge watch rather than watching each episode every few days or something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Until we meet again, that's one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.